Hello, everyone. My name is Patrick Lin, President of Origin Wireless Taiwan. It's my honor and pleasure to present to you Origin Wireless. Origin Wireless was started from 2013, headquartered in Maryland, United States. We have Boston, San Jose, Tokyo, and Taiwan office. The key technology we have is called time reversal machine, which I will present to you later on. Our competence is we have more than 130 patents, more than 45 already been granted or allowed. Due to the advantage of the technology, actually we win all kinds of awards. This is the main event around the world. Start from 2017 in Japan. As you know, FUTEX is the largest electronic show in Japan. All the way to 2021 this year, we have the Best Innovation Award from CES, and also the Red Dot Award. All right, talk about the Origin Wireless. The key competence we have at our age is 3 areas. Number 1, we utilize the non-compressed CSI. CSI stands for Channel State Information, which is the physical layer of the signal from the chipset, which is the information comes from the antenna. This gives us the raw material which is very detailed about the environmental and Wi-Fi signal. And the second is dedicated AI engine. As you know, when we get the detail of the signal, we utilize the artificial intelligence to make it become a applicable, useful application. And there are some, we call the engine, each one, and that apply to like a motion detection, sleeping detection, and fall down detection, so on and so forth. And the third one is the AI engine fusion. Basically, our solution is so easy to adapt to the existing IoT devices. And we can integrate our information through the API gateway. So easy, very easy to implement to the existing products on the market. Okay, let me simply quick introduce what is the technology about. It's very simple, okay? But nobody think about this before. It's talking about to utilize the information in the environment. So we have transmitter we call internally called a bot, and we have receiver internally we call the origin. So basically the bot will send the signal to the environment. And think about, this is the living environment inside a home or house, all right? So when the signal is sent out, basically will reflect back from the ceiling, from the furniture, from the people, from entire environment. Interestingly, one signal sent out, the receiver will receive most likely maybe around 100 signals. And those signals in the past, we call it noise, but today we call it signal. And those signals will enable us to understand what is the change inside the environment. So think about this. If inside a room, inside the living environment, there's nothing change. Okay, for example, I don't move. Then the receiver will receive the signal with a pattern which doesn't change. But when I wave my hand, that will make the signal change. And that's how we detect the motion and breathing. Okay, how accurate it is, all right, it's very critical. Otherwise, it cannot become application. So we compare with the most popular sleeping detection machine. It's called a FUTEX PDX, LSPDX, which if you have this kind of appearance, you go to the hospital to do the sleeping examination, exam. They will, tie you up on the bed with all the, the tap, the pipe, so on and so forth. And then they will get the sleeping information, including the maybe ECG, EEG, so on and so forth. But with our devices for sleep, you just need to put our devices beside the bed, and you are able to see the sleeping data. So why the Origin Wireless technology can detect the breathing? Because breathing is very tiny, all right? So between the transmitter and the receiver, we use 5 gigahertz. So the resolution is around 1 centimeter. So when you sleep, your chest up and down will be able to detect it by our solution. And we compare with FUTEX solution as a ground truth, our accuracy is more than 90%. And this is basically a very good technology which can easily to be used in many applications. All right. So in our solution, basically we have three kind of area. In the meantime, we try to deploy to the industry. The first one is called home application. So we easily can do the home monitoring or do the home automation. All right, I give you two examples. In 2019, end of 2019, Lindsys, as you know, Lindsys is a famous brand in US and more than 150 countries selling the products. The interesting is they have their mesh called VLOP. And this solution basically doesn't need to do any hardware change. All right, they just over the air, to update the firmware inside the devices. The end user just download an application and then can start to use the existing devices to do the home monitoring for the, say, family member in-out management or for the security. And this year, they also start to launch the second version, which is you can detect which location, which room, which kids are they back already or not. So this is the first launch on the market, utilize our solution in the United States. The second one is our own brand called HEX, H-E-X. We launched at US Amazon and Japan Amazon, June 2021 this year. And right now, if you're interested, you can buy from Amazon, which is offer 4 key components. Number one, very, very few false alarm, because if you use a PIR, it's many false alarm from PIR, all right? Second is very fast to installation, just plug and play, all right? Second, no blind spot. I need to explain why it's no blind spot, because these devices send out the Wi-Fi signal. The Wi-Fi signal is, we call the line of sight and also non-line of sight, which means PIR only you can see it, you can detect it, but our solution is Wi-Fi. So even you are hiding behind the furniture, it still can be detected. So there's no blind spot and very safe to do to use the system. All right, the second application is called the Auto CPD. CPD stands for Child Protection Device. As you know, this is bad because every year 100 kids just die inside a hot car because it's unattended by the parents accidentally. In order to prevent such kind of tragedy happen, the industry start to mandate. So start from 2023, all the European car need to comply this mandate with some kind of solution which allow the car to detect if there is any kids left behind inside the car, all right, to make sure they can send out a signal and to bring up the rescue and notify the parents to make sure the kids will be safe, all right. And also United States, the same requirements as well. This is government request. So this is the second application we use. The reason why we can do this better than anyone else, because as I mentioned earlier, we use a 5 gigahertz resolution is centimeter. So even the kids think about sleep, no motion, but we still can detect the breathing on the chest. Even the kids is covered by the blanket, we also can detect the breathing and send the alert to the parents. The third one is we call the health applications, including the daily activity, including sleep monitoring and fall detection. This is majorly for the patient or for the elder care solution. So let me introduce, we call, this is in United States, they call the RPM, Remote Patient Monitoring, which is you can easily to install our devices on my hand. You see this tiny, looks nice, okay. It's Asus brand, and they tell me, and this device never fail. So basically, the advantage of these devices is you don't need to change to ask the patient or the elderly people to change their behavior, right? Daily behavior, or no wearable, no camera. So there's no privacy issues, and make sure it's 24/7 can take care of the people inside the room. All right, I just used two slides to explain how this can be used and why it's so useful. This is the one screen, which is the caregiver or the doctor or the nurse or the family member you love can look at what is your daily activity. So basically, they contains we call the timeline live log. What time you go to bed, what time you wake up, are you moving around, or are you go to the bathroom? So you can have a very detail about the daily activity without camera, without wearable, right? And you also can, we also can do the sleep quality score. Then you know what's your sleep status, last night, so on and so forth. And important, I was told by many caregivers, the ill people and patients, sometimes they need to know, the nurse or caregiver, they need to know what is the bathroom behavior of the patient or the elder person. That will be related to their health. And that information is quite helpful. This is a 7 days screen. All right, you can see from the cell phone, you can see it from the monitor, and you can compare every day, 7 days in a line, what is the pattern of this patient or this elderly person. If the pattern remains the same, then that could be good, okay? If the pattern is changing, suddenly the sleep is not so well, suddenly, sleep too long, and you can start to pay attention to this elderly person or patient. Another thing is this system can send out the notification, basically, such as absent from the home, absent from the sleep time frame, and also stay too long in the bathroom. So this is quite useful information and alert to inform the nurse or caregiver, hey, you need to pay attention because this elder person or this patient maybe need your help. So this is basically a screenshot. There you understand how this application can be used and it's easily to be used. The last but not the least is the fall detection. Everyone, I was told in the last couple of years, people are waiting for the fall detection because fall is one of the major deaths of the elderly person. And solution, most likely you need to have some limitation today on the market, such as you need to wear something, such as maybe like a camera and a fixed location, you can monitor the area where is people fall down there or not. But basically our solution, right, you don't need to change the behavior of the user. You don't need to wear something. You don't need to with the camera. And the fall detection will be the mission critical solution. And every elderly people or every the caregivers are looking for this solution. We are going to launch this solution next year, 2022. All right, so this is my presentation today. I really appreciate your attention, and thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.